Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's my Bloomin' Love box because it's stamped with Bloomin' Love. You know, I'm nothing if not original, but it's a cute little box. Opens up like this and you can put all your goodies and treats inside and it's just darling. What's the finished sizing of it? Oh, 1 1/4 by 5.5 by 1 1/4 inches, which is... oh, I'm going to say 3 centimetres by 3 centimetres by 14. There we go. Did that metric without even looking. Right, so it's a very cute box. You can get 2 of these from a sheet of cardstock. I'm all about that right now, getting as many boxes from sheets of cardstock or paper as possible. And the stamping is just adorable. I'm going to come to that in a second. So here's my piece of cardstock. This was So Saffron with crushed curry. That's my colours there, and wild wasabi on there. Doing different colours. I've got Wisteria Wonder, much beloved colour. It's the first colour that I really fell in love with Stampin' Up. Absolutely adore it. Right, so we're going to score the short side first. All of the measurements are on my blog. Yes, I've got them on here. Oh, I might need to turn my lights on. A bit dull day today. That's better. All of the measurements are on my blog, so don't worry about writing anything down. But score on the first side, on the short side, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, and 5 inches, which in metric is 3, 6, 9 and 12, and then turn it round and score it at 1 1/4 and 6 3/4 of an inch, which is 3 and 17. Okay, so fold and burnish your score lines. Yep, Wisteria Wonder, I love the colour. I think it was one of the very first ones I ever came across. I remember Angie Jude talking about it. She did the most darling project. I think I will always love it now. Right, so this box, oh, it's ever so tight on one side. So I just throw it around. It opens up like this. So at this top short side, where we've got this short panel, cut straight down to the second line, like that, and there, and then wedge in very slightly on both sides of that square and get rid of that bit. Okay, so essentially that is this part here. So that's this section. These ones, you're just going to cut those perfectly straight and keep the outer one straight, wedge into the inner one. Okay, outer one straight, wedge into the inner. And I will stop and show you after I've cut it, so that you can see and know which bits to wedge. Okay, so that's it trimmed. So you can see I've taken off the top bit and I've come down in that direction, but I'm coming in this direction. So you can see all of the bits. So I've wedged in the middle bit there, under my first fingers. Okay, what's going to happen is that bit is going to stick to there, and this is going to come round and form the front so that it looks like that. So let's get some glue on. Oh, and let's round my corners. Just going to round this one off. Okay, so glue into these parts. And this one here that's furthest away from the lip. So that's on the inside. So we've got insides and outsides. Okay, so this part, as I said before, is going to stick to this panel that's got this, what will come round and form the stop for the box. So close that up there and there. Okay, so you can see it coming together, and that's going to form round there. So, whoops, don't throw it around. So I'm going to bring this around, and I'm keeping an eye on all of the parts to make sure it's all lined up, which that one typically isn't. Oh, and I used fast fuse. Don't do what I did. Line it up better. There we go. Use a liquid glue if necessary. Something that's going to give you wiggle room. There we go. So that's done now, so I can tuck that in, and that will close up really prettily. So now we want to get stamping on the top. So my piece of Whisper White is 1 inch by 5 1/4, which in metrics 2.5 by 13.5, and I've got my Bloomin' Love stamp set. So I want these solid images here, not that one. I want this one and this one. Oh, look, they're all coming out. Oh, I do want that one as well. That one and that one and that one. And the colours I've chosen, I brought in Wild Wasabi again for the flowers, for the leaves rather, and I've got Wisteria Wonder and Soft Sky. So I want the smaller ones to be the darker colour, so I'm going to lay those on first and then come in afterwards to fill in the gaps. Let me just make sure that's stamping neatly. Yeah. And it's just a case of randomly stamping wherever you fancy. Okay, so, and then come in with this one and get them, do overlap them. Oh, try not to get your head in the camera, Sam. There we go. It's okay to overlap. This is kind of the style of this. Oh look, I've done that again. Being too impatient. It's the kind of style of this one that I'm going for. I love this random look of flowers and everything being all over each other. I just love it. I'm so into it right now. Okay, wrong one. And then my little leaves and my Wild Wasabi. And just come along and stamp, whoops, all over the place. I'm aiming to go into the gaps this time. Or aiming a bit more specifically, rather than just randomly all over the place. And that is super cute. Right, so I'm going to get rid of that one and bring back in my Wisteria Wonder. And the stamping, so I'm going to go with Friend. I just think it's lovely. Which is that one. And I should have some scraps of Whisper White. I have. Onto there, and then I've got my classic label punch, and I'm gonna, oh, that wasn't long enough. Let's try it over this side, because I wanted it long, so I can get a flower on it. Okay, that one on there, and then I want the big flower, and my Soft Sky, stuck my thumb in it. And over the top, onto there, and we can finish up this box. There's my lid, and I'm going to put, I don't dare to use fast fuse now, I'm going to use snail along the back. Onto the top there, and then edge for some dimensionals. Does anybody else use the edges? I always use the edges on the classic label punch. Perfect size. into there, and then I'm going to finish it with some ribbon. So I used crushed curry before, but we don't have a wisteria one. Actually, do we have pool party? Oh no, soft sky. I think we do in that colour. Oh, look at that! I was going to use Whisper White, but I'm going to use this one instead. It's the woven ribbon. What's it called? Is it called woven ribbon? Oh, classic weave. I was nearly there. And I'm going to shift it in a second, so even though I'm in the wrong place at the moment, I will slide it along. Trim off the edges, the ends rather. Close it up. And I think that's lovely. Or you could put little hand lotions and things. I wonder if I've got a hand lotion that will fit. Oh, just a smidge too big. Lip balms for sure. I used to have one of those. Oh, I have got one. Here we go, L'Occitane. That's going to fit in there. Or you could put some Shrinkle Crinkle in there. That's going to fit beautifully. Or other little lotions, treats, goodies, gorgeousnesses, things. Love it. I'll just move that over there slightly so you can see the colours better. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.